name is Gabrielle and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about cheating and the signs to look out for, the red flags to look out for that make your partner very likely to cheat on you, or maybe they're actually already cheating on you now. So the reason that I'm doing this video is to help people who are stuck in those toxic relationship cycles, who are attracting people who are not good for them and who will never show them the love and respect that they deserve. Because that used to be me. Literally, my love life used to resemble an absolute car crash. I've been in relationships with narcissists. I've hit many rock bottoms, and it was only at the age of 32 that I finally woke up, did some work on myself, admitted some hard truths, and then I finally found a loving long-term relationship, and I've been in that relationship for the last 2 years. So I've managed to turn it around. So I want to share with you the secrets that I know about how to spot a cheater, because it is blatantly obvious. At the minute, maybe you're feeling really confused, you're feeling really crazy, you're with some toxic person, and that's how they'll have you feeling. They'll have you feeling like this. And in the midst of all that confusion and craziness, you're not in touch with your own senses and the stuff, the reality that's happening around you. You've got your rose-tinted goggles on. But I'm here to share with you the signs that make someone a cheater. Like, no doubt this person, if they've got these traits and signs that I'm going to speak about, no doubt they are a cheater. And there is no doubt, it's facts, that they will not be able to uphold a long-term relationship and give you the love and respect that you deserve. So the format of this video, first I'm going to talk about the signs to look out for that someone is very likely to cheat on you. So these are personality traits, behavioral traits that you can look at and think, oh, that's not right. This person is very likely to cheat on me, and I need to seriously think about whether I want to continue this relationship, because this relationship, this person is not serving me. The second part of the video, I'll talk about the red flags to look out for that can signal someone is actually already cheating on you. So let's get into it. So the 4 traits, the 4 signs that someone is potentially very likely to cheat on you. Side note, these 4 traits, these 4 signs are found in narcissists. These are narcissistic traits. This is how a narcissist will treat you. This doesn't mean that your partner is a narcissist necessarily, but the last trait that I'm going to talk about, the 4th one, that one is a big one. That one is absolutely pivotal, and it's so important. If this person has got that trait, they are like 99% definitely a narcissist. So really listen to that one and look out for that one. The other 3, maybe someone's got trait 1 or trait 2. If they've got that and they've just got that, maybe they're not a narcissist, but essentially they're not a good person. They're not treating you with the love and respect that you deserve. They're not being honest with you. They're not being genuine. So whether they're a narcissist or not, the relationship isn't serving you, and you need to think about what you truly want. So the first sign to look out for that someone is very likely to cheat on you is that you are made to feel like an option. So the person generally is not fully invested in you. It feels like at any moment they could jump ship and move on to someone who they deem is better than you. When you're with someone and you're considering having a long-term relationship with them, that person, you should get the sense that that person feels really lucky to have found you. So for example, now me and my current partner, I always say to him, like, God, I'm so lucky to have found you, like the way that I treat him. I'm just really excited about the relationship. Like, we're 2 years in, I'm really excited that I found him. I love spending time with him. So that's how you should be feeling. That's what you should be seeing from that other person. And if that's not concrete, if that doesn't feel like a solid feeling, if that's not evident, then that person is literally just treating you as an option. In my view, I would say that you need to move on, because you shouldn't be an option. You shouldn't be a maybe. You should be a definite. You should be a certain. Signs to look out for that someone is treating you as an option. So they don't prioritize you in current and future plans. They don't talk about the future with you, including you in those plans. And you're not a priority in the present either. on a day-to-day basis, you're not a priority. You sense that there's some distance between you, and this can be because the person is quite avoidant. So there's just a general sense that this person, they're just not that keen on you. They're not initiating calls, texts, dates. It's very much one-sided. It's all coming from you. Also, maybe they're keeping you secret as well. Maybe they're not introducing you to friends and family. Maybe you just get a sense that they're like hiding you away. Maybe they've not got you on their social media. Although I will say my boyfriend, he doesn't really post me on his social media, but I do know that he's very invested in me. But some people like to keep stuff like that private. So maybe the social media thing isn't the best example, but you just feel like you just get a sense that they're like hiding you away, like maybe they're embarrassed of you or something like that. My second sign that someone is very likely to cheat on you is that they disrespect you. So the way that they speak to you, the actions that they take against you is just completely disrespectful. If you don't respect someone, like that is fundamental for the relationship, for the foundations of a relationship. You've got to respect your partner. And if you don't respect your partner, I feel like you're very highly likely to cheat on them. So signs that your partner doesn't respect you, so they punish you. So maybe you bring something up about them that you're not happy with, and they'll punish you with silent treatment, or maybe they'll withdraw affection or attention. But to punish your partner, you don't respect your partner. And why would you want to punish them? That is such an unkind act. You don't want to be in a long-term relationship with someone who's punishing you. So another way that they might disrespect you is that they might silence you. So again, you're bringing up something you're concerned about, you're trying to have a conversation, and they will literally be so aggressive. They'll shout at you. Maybe they'll tell you to just shut up, point blank. They'll just say, shut up. And that is a form of disrespect. They are not letting you speak about how you feel and showing empathy towards you and listening to you. If you're in a partnership, you need to be listening to one another, not telling each other to shut up and silencing each other with fear and anger. That is not a sign of respect, and that is not something that you want for a long-term relationship. It's not going to keep the relationship going. Another way they might disrespect you, they might undermine you in front of others, or they might embarrass you in front of others. Again, that is disrespectful. That is not what you want your partner to be doing. That's not a green flag in a partner. Another way that they might show you disrespect is verbally abusing you. If your partner is saying, shut up, you stupid bitch, or shut up, you stupid cow, that is not acceptable. That is such a huge form of disrespect. And in my view, someone who is speaking to you like that, they're speaking to you literally like they've just stepped on something, like some dog poo on the street. If someone's speaking to me like that, they have no respect for me, they have no empathy for me, they're not showing me kindness. When they're out and about, I'm thinking they're highly likely going to cheat on me because they're just literally treating me like a piece of dirt. Another form of disrespect would be someone physically abusing you. So if someone is pushing you around, they're hurting you physically, that is a massive sign of disrespect and a massive sign that they do not care about you and your feelings and your safety. So if someone is doing that, please reach out for help. I know that there's various helplines out there. Try and confide in a friend or family and get yourself to a safe space. But yeah, if someone crosses that boundary and they are verbally and physically abusing you, they don't respect you, and that makes someone very likely to deceive you and cheat on you. My third sign that someone is very likely to cheat on you is that they're very insecure. So they're constantly needing attention and they're constantly needing validation externally. The risk here is, say you fall out and you're not giving them that constant stream of attention and validation. If someone's very insecure and they crave that and they need it desperately for their sense of self and their sense of well-being, they are going to look for that elsewhere. So that is the risk here. So what are the signs that someone is very insecure? So a sign that someone's very insecure is that they are overly critical about themselves and they're overly obsessed about themselves. Maybe it's their appearance. They're very concerned about other people's opinions of them, and they're very concerned about keeping up this facade and this front and this image. Another sign if someone's insecure, maybe they get very jealous, maybe they really act out in their relationship, they're obsessive about you and the relationship. Obviously, when you're in a relationship, you want to be keen, you want to be invested, but there's a line that you can cross over where it just becomes really unhealthy and toxic. So they're paranoid that you're cheating on them. They're paranoid that you're going to go off with someone else. They're paranoid that they're not good enough for you. Another sign that people are insecure is potentially if they keep in touch with multiple exes. This isn't a definite sign that people are insecure, because I know that people, they move on from relationships and they end up being good friends with their ex and it's a healthy relationship. But I noticed with my ex, when I eventually went through his messages, he was in touch with a lot of his exes, and I saw that when we ever had an argument, he would then reach out to one of his exes just to have a little conversation. And again, that is that constant attention seeking and validation. When one source dries up, so when I stopped giving him the attention and validation because we'd fallen out, he would immediately need to top that up elsewhere. So that could be a sign if they're keeping in touch with exes. My fourth and final sign that someone is very likely to cheat on you, and this is like the number one sign that someone is very, very, very likely to cheat on you. And this is the number one sign of a narcissist as well. It's if they appear to lack empathy or have zero empathy. Empathy is being able to put yourself in your partner's shoes and understand that they have feelings, they have other opinions aside from yours, and you're trying to put yourself in their shoes and understand them. So in a moment of concern where they come to you with a problem that maybe initially you're like, maybe it might get your back up a bit, but you're like, no, this is my partner. I love them. I want to show them kindness. I'm going to put myself in their shoes and try and understand where they're coming from. And I'm going to show them love, compassion, care, and I'm going to listen to them in an empathetic way. I'm not going to punish them. I'm not going to show them anger and shut them down, because I love and care for them so much and they're a human being. That is what having empathy is about. And if someone does not have that empathy, it basically means they are so self-absorbed and they can't feel what others feel. So that means that they are capable of doing incredibly deceitful things and having zero remorse for doing those things. Because essentially, it doesn't even come into their head to think, if I cheat on this person, that is going to be so hurtful to that person. They just completely bypass that scenario in their minds. It doesn't even come into consideration. So they just think of themselves, they think of what they want to do, they think of their needs and how they want to be satisfied, and they go and do exactly what they want to do, and they will lie and cheat and gaslight you. So signs that someone doesn't have empathy. It can just be a general feeling that someone hasn't really got that kindness there and that love. So maybe a conversation will come up about a scenario where there's a definite right and wrong, and that person just doesn't seem very bothered. They just don't seem bothered about people's feelings. They just seem bothered about themselves. They're very harsh in their opinions and very matter of fact, cutthroat. Another way that this will come up, like I said, if you go to them with a concern, they will automatically shut you down. It could be the littlest of concerns, but if it concerns them and their behaviour, they cannot put themselves into your shoes and consider and feel what you're feeling. They will shut you down with punishment tactics. So it'll either be anger or it'll be silent treatment. And they will have no qualms about that. They will have no qualms about being so unkind to you. They won't be able to see how ignoring you for a day or days, they will not be able to see how that could be hurtful, or they will be able to see how that is hurtful, but they won't give a damn. They'll want you to suffer. Side note to this is that they can do kind things, but you get the sense that it's all a facade. It's all to keep up that external appearance and what other people think about them, because they are very concerned with other people's opinions about them. So they will keep up this facade. Maybe they'll be giving gifts to someone, but if they do give a gift to someone, they make it known. Maybe they'll be boasting about things on social media, good acts that they've done, but it's all to keep up this facade. But when you know what these people are about and you can just sense a toxic person from a mile off, it is very, very easy to spot. They are not master manipulators and they do not pull the wool over people's eyes. Their behaviour is just clear as day to see. Their toxic behaviour, their toxic traits, it literally just hits you in the face when you know what to look out for. And this comes from being so in tune with your intuition and trusting yourself. Often these people, they will treat others very well. So for example, my ex, he was a narcissist. He had very little empathy, but when it came to treating his friends and family, he was seen as the golden boy. But behind closed doors, to me, he treated me very badly, but no one knew about this, no one saw this. But again, he was keeping up external appearances, but behind closed doors, he was the ultimate wolf in sheep's clothing, and I saw the true him. So moving on, signs that your partner is potentially cheating on you right now. So what I'll say for this, concentrate on changes, observe, be the observer. So when we meet someone, especially with a toxic person, they're going to be love bombing you. So maybe they're buying you gifts, you're going on a holiday with them, you're going on dates, they're showering you with love and appreciation at the start. But then things start to change. And what I would say is don't fall into this trap, into this whirlwind, into this roller coaster. Keep yourself grounded and be the observer and observe this person's behaviour over a long period of time. What is normal for this person? What has been normal in the past? And if you're looking, if someone is cheating on you, we are looking for a change in that behaviour, in a change in their routine, their actions. So first change that could happen, it could be their routine. Maybe all of a sudden they're working away at the weekends or during the week. They've never done that before. Or they're working a lot later, like quite a few nights of the week, or maybe it's just one night of the week, but it's like every week they're working late. Obviously, if your partner is showing you absolute love, kindness and respect and they start doing overtime, you're not going to have anything to worry about. There's not going to be any alarm bells ringing. It's not going to feel off inside your body. But if there's a change in their routine, they're starting to do this overtime, and they're disrespecting you, ridiculing you in front of people, and you're feeling like you're a bit of an option to them and they're ready to jump ship and they're not being very empathetic with you, then this is a red flag that their routine has changed. Another thing on this is if you are feeling a bit suspicious, maybe you'll bring it up and just say, oh, how come you're working later? Like, what project are you working on? And their response might be very vague. You might sense a nervousness, or they might shut you down and be very defensive. So it might be like, oh, why are you being so nosy? Oh, nothing to do with you. Oh, nothing really. So bumbling, stuff like that, nervousness. So these are the things to look out for if you suspect your partner is cheating. Another change that might happen if your partner is cheating is in your sex life. So they might become really withdrawn, or maybe, I don't know, they're coming up with unusual things to do in your sex life. That is another change to look out for. But again, it needs to be coupled with the fact that your partner's disrespecting you, they're not showing empathy. There's just a few things that are off. And then there's this change with their routine, with working late. Then there's this change where they don't really want to have sex with you anymore. You can see how you can piece all these things together. Another change is in their behaviour. So this is why I say observe, observe, observe. Get to know what someone's baseline behaviour is. So are they being very secretive? Are they being, there's just something suspicious about them? They're just being a bit off. Maybe they're being very secretive with their phone. So when they've always got their phone on them, they take their phone to the shower, to the bathroom. Maybe you've discovered they've got this second phone. Maybe when they've got their phone, they've always got it face down. They've not got any notifications coming up. Maybe if you ask to see something, they're always very nervous and pulling their phone back like that, like they're very scared for you to see something on that phone. So that's something to look out for when it comes to their behaviour. Number two, they might start accusing you of cheating and insinuating that they can't trust you. And I feel like there's two reasons for this. Number one, it's because it puts the spotlight on you when they know that they're the deceitful one. They're deflecting it back onto you. But the second thing with this is that they know how deceitful they are, and they know that they can cheat on you and then come home to you and sleep in the same bed as you and feel zero remorse. So that gets them paranoid, and that gets them thinking, if I'm able to do this, maybe other people are able to do this. Maybe she's able to do this as well. Maybe she's doing this to me. So that's the reasons why they might start accusing you of cheating. And then with the behaviour, it's the guilty behaviour. So they might start buying you gifts. They might start, I don't know, taking you on a date. It's just something that they wouldn't usually do. But maybe you get a sense that they're feeling guilty for something. They're a bit sheepish, they're a bit guilty about something. So again, this could be a change to look out for within their behaviour. So those are the changes to look out for. Something else that I'd say as well, like a word of advice if someone's cheating on you, they have most likely cheated on you with someone who they know. So like maybe it's someone at work who they've developed a bit of a bond with. They've most likely brought this person up in conversation. I know that sounds weird. You think, well, they'd want to keep this person an absolute secret. But I just think it's human nature. We can't help but bring this stuff up. You sort of reveal yourself. It's like a confession, like a guilty confession almost. It just comes up. On the other hand, maybe they've just gone out with the lads and they've cheated on you with some random person. But all I'm saying is, again, be the observer and listen to them. Listen to maybe a new name that they've brought up, a new person at work. Listen to what they're saying to you. I feel like we can get into a bit of a routine and act a bit robotically sometimes in relationships. And maybe you're in the kitchen, you're doing the washing up, your partner's speaking to you, you're not really listening. But I feel like if you're a bit suspicious, listen to exactly what your partner is saying to you when they get home from work. Another thing I would say is, if you're having this feeling that your partner is cheating on you, you need to listen to your gut. And just for you to have this feeling, that is a major, major red flag, and you need to act on that. Don't dismiss that. I think sometimes we can, in these toxic relationships, we can doubt ourselves. Very often when you attract someone toxic, you haven't got very much self-love for yourself, and you're searching for validation externally. You're feeling desperate to stay with someone. You're feeling all confused. You don't have that trust and bond with your intuition. But what I will say is that even when I was at my most craziest, when all this stuff was happening in these relationships, my intuition still spoke to me, and it was telling me the right things that were actually happening, but I just ignored it. I feel like even in the depths of my despair, my intuition was still speaking to me, and it was still giving me the great sound advice that it's always given me, but yeah, I just chose to ignore it. So yeah, listen to what your body is telling you. And if you're having a feeling that your partner is cheating on you, you need to explore and investigate that. So this concludes this video. I hope you found it helpful. My final words of advice would be, trust your gut. Like I said, even when I was at my craziest in all these toxic car crash relationships, my intuition was still speaking to me. Listen to your gut. If your partner is displaying these traits, they're disrespecting you, they don't have empathy, they're treating you like an option, start focusing on yourself, start building up your self-love and self-respect, and you will soon realize that you do not have time for someone who treats you like this. and literally run for the hills, and you will never look back and move on, because there is a guy out there who is waiting for you right now that will treat you with the absolute love, respect and kindness that you deserve. And you are wasting your time with this toxic person. So let me tell you that for free. That is the truth. Like I said before, these people are not master manipulators. We deceive ourselves. We put on our rose-tinted glasses. We're desperate for a relationship. We disrespect ourselves. These people are so toxic, they can't suppress it. Like when I think back to my previous toxic relationships with these narcissistic people, the red flags were there like 1 week on, 2 weeks in. Like the red flags were there very, very early. But you must trust your intuition and you must see the reality of the situation. Often in these situations, we observe that 1% of the time when this person shows kindness, and we hang on to that and we say, oh, I know that they can be that person. Oh, I know that they can be like that. No, because 99% of the time, this person is absolutely awful. They're speaking to you like some crap on the shoe. They have no empathy for you. They're punishing you. They're lying to you, gaslighting you. Believe the reality of the situation and what they show you, what behaviour they show you, and what you observe consistently over time. Anyway, thanks for listening, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye.